So hello, in this video I'd like to show you the a very first preview of the fitness group app, and this video is created for the development team and all other team members to get feedback about the functionalities and of course the user interface and usability. Okay, so let me go through this introduction. So the idea of our app is to add notes to a playlist. So it's very simple, and I think simplicity is a very important part here. So the playlist is comes from a existing music streaming service, so we're going to use the API from them. So you do not have to have any tracks on your smartphone. You just connect to your existing streaming service, and everything comes very easy. So why? Our target groups are group fitness instructors, and we focus on indoor cycling as a first step. And here's my contact, clemens@bartlome.com. Okay, so let me move to the app. So as you see here, we have a very clean home screen. So this is the screen you see when you start your app. And let me go through the different parts. So you have a big button where you can create a class. I'm gonna show you this later, and then you have another button where you can buy a class. So this is the this is a very important part. We have a a class marketplace where you can buy very professional content. So, but I don't gonna show you this part in this video. So then we have the list here. These are all classes I created. So we have a recovery training class, we have a strength class I did for the airport fitness, we have a climbing class with rock music, we have an interval muscle pump class here. And as you see here, this one, the climbing class rock, is created as well by me, but I both this class in the in the marketplace. Okay, so this is why the author is different. Okay, then you can, of course, you can load more. You have a refresh button here, so this means that you all your data are saved or stored in the cloud, so you don't have to worry if you're gonna lose your smartphone. And of course, you can use your classes also if you're gonna use another smartphone, an iPhone, an Android phone, and we are working on a desktop version as well. So everything is stored in the cloud. And then you have here on the right, you have this icon here, and this brings you to the setting menu. And I'm going to click on this to show you how the settings is going to look like. So you have you can upload a picture, of course. You have an About Me section, name, country, studio, website. And you have the private information like email, your gender, and you can change the password. So you have to log in. And then here comes the very important part. You have to connect to the streaming service. So I didn't make this yet, so I can click on the streaming service. This means I need to have the app from the third-party streaming service installed on my cell phone, of course, and I need to have a premium account. So let me connect to the streaming service, and this requests for a permission, of course. You know this from Facebook and all the other apps. We're gonna use those the API, and I'm gonna click on allow, and as you see here, I'm now connected with my music streaming service account. It's called Line Inside, and I can of course disconnect and connect to another. Okay, so this is for the settings menu, very simple, but important regarding the possibility to connect to a music streaming service. Okay, so as I said, I can create a class here on the top, and this is what I'm gonna show you right now. So I click on Create Class, and this opens a very clean window where I can name my class, I can write a short description, and of course I can choose a playlist from the third-party music streaming service. So let me write some text here. So let's say this is endurance and number 3 for the Luxor gym, and I wrote a short description. I created this class for the Luxor gym. The playlist is amazing, and then as a third step I choose the playlist, and this again connects to the third-party app. I have my playlists here, so I an endurance class with 12 tracks, I have chart tracks, and of course I have playlists from friends as well. So, but I'm gonna use now the endurance number 3. I made this class on my computer, on my desktop computer, and I'm gonna click on this, and this brings me now the this playlist here to the endurance, here to this endurance number 3 class. So it's kind of common. The class is called endurance number 3, and the playlist is called endurance underline number 3. Anyway, so I click on save, and this brings me back to the main window. And as you see here, we have now this newly created class. So I can from this screen here, I can click on this icon here. So I have this icon for every class, and this opens me a short menu where I can open the class, I can edit the class, or I can delete the class. But I also able to just click on here on the class, and this opens the class. So okay, let me go to the edit menu. So let's click on edit. And this is what you see. Again, it's quite similar. You have the class name again, description. You can change the playlists, of course. You can delete the class, and you can duplicate the class, which is, I think, a very important part, because sometimes you just like to change some, you know, a few tracks or something. Okay, or update some tracks. Okay, let me go back to the main view again, and let's move on to the player view. So let's say I like to play this endurance. I like to create now this or I like to add notes now to this endurance number 3 class. So I'm gonna click on the app. This opens me the player view. Let me show you how. Let me explain you the different parts. So you have the name here. You can, of course, you have a settings menu where you can edit the name again and playlists. Then you have a time thing here. So I missed to write the other the other minutes here. So this is a mistake. And then I have this big white window here where you have the add note icon. And then this is an important part here. This line here. This shows you where you are now. Okay. So this is not in the middle as you know it from, you know, other players, because it's more important to see the notes they are coming than the notes, you know, the past notes. But I'm gonna show you this later. And then here you have the playlist. You have the tracks from the playlist from the third-party app. So on my playlist, endurance number 3, underline number 3, is a track from Flo Rida, I Cry, and it's a track from Britney Spears, Workout Bitch, and so on. So I have 12 tracks, and they are all now here, okay? And this is the big note box, and you know, it's a new class, so there are no notes here. Then we have a very common player. You can see the total time, you can see the time remaining, you can play, you can skip, okay. So, but now let me show you how to add a note, which comes very easy. So you can click here, of course, to add a note, or you can click here. Okay, let me click here, and this opens the add note lightbox. You see the rest is darkened and the lightbox is white. So you have a note, you have the start time, you have the end time, and you have the duration. The start time again is because this here is my thing here is on 2 minutes. No, it's on 23 seconds. No, sorry, 23 minutes. So ignore please those numbers here. They're wrong. So this is 23 minutes. Okay, so that's why my note starts at 23 minutes. But you can change this, of course. And then you can set you can add a note. Let's say I say standing, climbing, adding resistance, maintain cadence. And again, I can easily change the start time. I can set an end time. So let's say 24 minutes and 21 seconds. it automatically calculates the duration. I can also change the duration and it changes the end time, of course. So, and if I'm gonna hit or touch save, this is how it looks like now. So, what's changed? On the top here, in our time element here, we have a bar, a dark bar with a preview of my note, okay? But very small. So you really have to use, you look good at your smartphone. And then you have, here is my, the point here, the arrow here, or whatever it's called. And because this is right at the beginning of this node, it shows the node here. So this is the same text but bigger, and you have the time where it starts and for how long, and you can add it to the node. Okay, so very simple. Okay, let me add another node. I'm gonna click on this button here, add node, and then I'm gonna add a text again, and I'm gonna add a start time, I'm gonna add an end time, and it calculates the duration, and I click on save, and then this is how it looks like. I have a second node here. This is during the Britney Spears song, so it starts right here, and it's, the node says to make some jumps. And I can add another node, of course. I can add several nodes and so on. Okay. So, okay, but now let me show you what happens when you press the play button. So this moves now the time window, or the time box here onto this side, okay? Actually it jumps now, of course, but for in the real app it will move very slowly and play the tracks. Okay, so again, I start here, I click on play, and this part moves to this side. Okay. So as you see, because this thing here, this arrow is still below the preview box here, it shows the big note here. So what's happened if the music is playing and we're gonna reach a empty area? So this is here. So okay, again, I'm playing, it moves to this part, and it shows now the next note, but with a gray or silver background. So this says okay, in 2 minutes 21 seconds you have to do jumps. So this is a kind of a preview, okay? And as soon as you add a note here, the preview of course disappears. So, but we are still playing the Britney Spears song, and this part moves to this side very slowly, and our arrow here touches now the note I wrote before, which says jumps 8 up, 8 down. So, and because this is active now, as you see here, it shows the note here as on a big box. Okay, and of course you can add notes, and you can delete those notes, you can edit those notes, and so on. But the main concept is that you have here a kind of a time box which moves from this side to this side, and as soon as a preview box is above this arrow, the text is going to show up here. Okay, so very simple. Okay, so this is the main features. Let me go through it again. Create a class. You set the name. You choose a playlist from a third-party app, and you can very easily. This is how you choose the playlist, and then you can very easy add a note to a specific part. And as soon as you are in your class, you can play your notes, and they're gonna show up here. Okay. As I said, another very important part is buy a class, the marketplace for classes, which is I think really great, and this will come later. So let me know what you think about usability. Let me know what you think about design. Let me know what you think about the most important part, which is of course the player, as you see it here. Okay, thank you, and goodbye.